Greetings, devoted fans of Days of Our Lives. Welcome back to the TV Days Drama Digest, where we dive deep into the heart-pounding, tear-jerking, and jaw-dropping twists that keep us glued to our screens. Today, we're unraveling a storyline so tangled, so electrifying, that it's left Salem in a state of chaos. Buckle up as we dissect the explosive drama surrounding E.J. DiMera's desperate plan, Chanel Dupree's precarious position, Johnny DiMera's fight for freedom, and the one person who holds the key to it all, little Rachel Black, the unexpected linchpin in this web of deception. Will E.J.'s cunning scheme crumble under the weight of Rachel's truth? Let's dive into the chaos and find out. Salem has never been a stranger to scandal, but the latest saga involving E.J.'s shooting has sent shockwaves through the town, leaving relationships fractured and loyalties tested. The stakes are sky-high, the tension is palpable, and every episode feels like a roller coaster ride through a maze of secrets. At the center of this storm is E.J. DiMera, a man whose charm is as dangerous as his ambition. Known for his ruthless strategies and unrelenting drive, E.J. is pulling out all the stops to protect his son, Johnny, from the fallout of a crime that has rocked the DiMera family to its core. But as we've learned time and again in Salem, the best-laid plans often unravel in the most spectacular fashion. The shooting that shook Salem lets set the stage. The drama kicked off with a single, deafening gunshot that left E.J. DiMera wounded and Salem reeling. The incident was no accident. It was a calculated act, shrouded in mystery, with fingers pointing in every direction. The police, led by the ever-determined Rafe Hernandez, have been scrambling to piece together the puzzle, but the truth remains elusive. Johnny DiMera, E.J.'s son, and Chanel Dupree, his new wife, have found themselves ensnared in the investigation, their lives turned upside down by accusations and suspicion. Johnny, with his boyish charm and earnest heart, has been painted as a prime suspect. The evidence against him is circumstantial but damning, a heated argument with his father just hours before the shooting, coupled with a motive rooted in family tension. Chanel, meanwhile, is caught in the crosshairs, her fiery spirit and past conflicts with E.J. making her an easy target. The town is buzzing with whispers. Did Johnny pull the trigger in a moment of rage? Could Chanel, known for her fierce independence, have taken matters into her own hands? The uncertainty hangs over Salem like a dark cloud, and E.J. is determined to clear his son's name, no matter the cost. E.J.'s grand scheme, a house of cards. Enter E.J. DiMera, the master manipulator with a plan so audacious it could only come from the mind of a DiMera. E.J. is no stranger to bending the truth to suit his needs, and this time, he's playing a dangerous game to save Johnny. His strategy? Shift the blame onto Chanel, painting her as the true culprit behind the shooting. It's a move that's as cold as it is calculated, designed to protect his son while sacrificing the woman Johnny loves. But as we all know, E.J.'s schemes are rarely as foolproof as he believes. The cornerstone of E.J.'s plan is a piece of incriminating evidence, a video that captures Chanel in a moment of fury, threatening E.J. with chilling intensity. The footage is grainy, the audio laced with venom, and the implications are devastating. Chanel's words, spoken in a fit of anger, seem to point directly to her guilt. "You'll regret crossing me, E.J.," she hisses in the video, her eyes blazing with defiance. To the untrained eye, it's a smoking gun, a piece of evidence that could seal Chanel's fate in the eyes of the law. E.J., ever the strategist, has discreetly sent this video to Belle Black Brady, Salem's sharpest attorney and a woman with her own complicated ties to the DiMera family. His instructions are clear. Use the video to cast doubt on Chanel, steering the investigation away from Johnny. Belle, torn between her loyalty to her family and her commitment to justice, is hesitant but agrees to review the evidence. The plan seems airtight. Use Chanel as a scapegoat, secure Johnny's freedom, and keep the DiMera legacy intact. But there's a fatal flaw in E.J.'s scheme, one he didn't anticipate. the truth held in the hands of a child. Rachel Black. The key to the truth. Rachel Black, the young daughter of Brady Black and Kristen DiMera, is no ordinary child. With her wide eyes and sharp mind, she's seen more of Salem's underbelly than most adults. Rachel knows something the rest of the town doesn't. She knows who pulled the trigger that night. Her knowledge is a ticking time bomb, one that could detonate EJ's carefully constructed plan and send shockwaves through Salem. Rachel's innocence is her strength, but it's also her burden. She's caught in a tug-of-war between loyalty to her family and the weight of the truth. As the daughter of Kristen, a woman who's no stranger to manipulation, Rachel has inherited a keen sense of observation. She was there in the shadows when the shooting happened, witnessing the chaos unfold. Her small frame trembled as she saw the shooter's face, heard the gunshot, and watched EJ fall. The memory haunts her, and the secret she carries is eating away at her young heart. But Rachel's not one to stay silent for long. Her love for Johnny, her cousin, and her sense of right and wrong are pushing her closer to the edge. She's overheard whispers of EJ's plan, caught snippets of conversations between her mother and father, and pieced together the truth about the video. Rachel knows Chanel is innocent, and she's determined to set things right, even if it means betraying her own family. The unraveling. A dramatic showdown as the investigation intensifies. The walls begin to close in on EJ. The video he sent to Belle is making waves, but not in the way he hoped. Belle, ever the skeptic, begins to question the authenticity of the footage. Is it possible the video was doctored? Could EJ, with his vast resources and questionable morals, have manipulated the evidence to frame Chanel? Belle's doubts spark a chain reaction, drawing the attention of Paulina Price, Chanel's fiercely protective mother, who will stop at nothing to clear her daughter's name. Meanwhile, Johnny is grappling with his own turmoil. He loves Chanel with a passion that burns brighter than Salem's darkest secrets, and the thought of her taking the fall for a crime she didn't commit is tearing him apart. His confrontations with EJ are explosive, filled with raw emotion and accusations. "How could you do this to her?" Johnny shouts, his voice cracking under the weight of betrayal. EJ, ever composed, tries to justify his actions, claiming it's all for Johnny's sake. But the rift between father and son grows wider, threatening to shatter the DiMera family for good. And then there's Rachel. In a moment that promises to be one of Days of Our Lives' most unforgettable, Rachel steps forward with the truth. Picture the scene. A crowded courtroom, the air thick with tension, as Rachel takes the stand. Her small voice trembles, but grows stronger with every word. "I saw it," she says, her eyes locking onto EJ's. "I saw who shot him. It wasn't Johnny, and it wasn't Chanel." The courtroom gasps, the judge leans forward, and EJ's carefully constructed house of cards begins to collapse. Rachel's revelation is a bombshell, exposing not only the true shooter, but also EJ's desperate attempt to manipulate the truth. The identity of the shooter, someone close to the DiMera family, perhaps even a trusted ally, sends shockwaves through Salem. The fallout is immediate and devastating. Friendships are tested, alliances crumble, and the DiMera mansion becomes a battleground for truth and deception. The aftermath, Salem's new reality as the dust settles, the consequences of Rachel's confession ripple through Salem. Johnny and Chanel are cleared, their love stronger than ever, but the scars of this ordeal run deep. Chanel, betrayed by EJ's scheme, struggles to forgive those who doubted her. Johnny, caught between his love for his wife and his loyalty to his father, faces an impossible choice. And EJ, the architect of his own downfall, must confront the wreckage of his plan. Will he face legal consequences for tampering with evidence? Or will his DiMera cunning find a way to slither out of trouble once again? Rachel, too, must navigate the aftermath. Her bravery has saved Johnny and Chanel, but at what cost? Kristen, her mother, is furious, torn between pride in her daughter's courage and anger at the chaos she's unleashed. Brady, ever the protective father, struggles to shield Rachel from the fallout, but the young girl is no longer the innocent bystander she once was. She's a force to be reckoned with, a reminder that in Salem, even the smallest players can change the game. What's next for Salem? So, dear fans, what do you think? Will Rachel's truth bring justice to Salem, or will it ignite new conflicts that tear the town apart? Can Johnny and Chanel rebuild their lives after this betrayal? And what of EJ? Will his ambition finally be his undoing, or will he rise from the ashes with a new scheme? The beauty of Days of Our Lives is that nothing is ever certain, and every twist brings us closer to the edge of our seats. We want to hear from you. Drop your predictions in the comments below. Do you think the shooter's identity will shock us all? Will EJ's plan backfire spectacularly, or will he find a way to turn the tables? And what about Rachel? Will her courage make her a hero or a target? Let's keep the conversation going as we wait for the next heart-stopping episode. Until then, keep your eyes on Salem, where secrets never stay buried for long. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.